After the kerbuckle that was Borderlands the movie. Also, I really like that word, kerbuckle. After the kerbuckle of Borderlands the movie, I was worried that Aliens Romulus could be another, oh dear, we're gonna phone it in and just scrape the bones of what is the Alien franchise at the moment. Just give us the little tidbits but not actually have anything of substance. Thankfully, we have Fede Alvarez as the director. I love both of the Don't Breathe movies. I was excited to see what he did with that. We know he can do suspense if you've seen the Evil Dead movie that he did. And then we have a new cast of young'uns, let's say, that kind of carry the weight of this new Alien movie. Let's jump in. I'm going to be doing non-spoilers for this review, of course. In a separate video, I'm going to talk about my favorite moments in the film and the ending in a separate video, so don't worry, no spoilers. Let's jump in. While scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonists come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. Kaylee Spaney plays Rain, and she has a surrogate brother who is David Johnson. I say surrogate because you very quickly learn that synthetics are very much part of this universe. One of the biggest things that I think is a positive plus about this movie is that we have quite a lot of time before we get to the alienness, or the grossness, the acid blood, the scary moments. It really takes its time, giving us some time to know the characters, to like the characters, but also giving us some production value about the world, or the universe, rather than the world, but the universe. It's a mining colony that we're in. We're showing that people are very much not really cared for, especially if you're miners. I'm a miner. Be the next Sigourney Weaver to play it. At least that's how it kind of plays in this. I loved the score. It plays homage to multiple kind of moments throughout the franchise that we've had, and I would say this film also plays homage to all of the Aliens movies that we've had. Whether those are ones that you don't like, there are bits that are included in this story that I think is just the director's way of saying, okay, let's include all of those that become before. Everybody had some sort of creativity. I personally enjoyed all of the Aliens movies, even Prometheus and AVP and all of those, because they added to the universe. Now, were they all brilliant? No, not by a long shot. For me, Alien and Aliens stand up as some of the best movies. We spend so much time getting to the moments that we know that we're looking forward to, that it feels deserved, it feels earned. The whole trope of showing us so many aliens, when that makes the thing, the MacGuffin that is scary, not scary anymore. If you show us too much, that's what I think some of the other films did too much of. You show the monster and then we are somewhat desensitized of that xenomorph. This time round, we earn it, and I'm so glad that it does that, because it builds up the suspense beautifully. If you've seen any of the Don't Breathe, or the two movies of Don't Breathe, you'll know how Alvarez likes to shoot tight, quiet spaces. And something that Aliens lends itself to, because literally it's in space, is the silence is really loud. You can understand that when it starts off with a really quiet sequence, and then we get the noises that come in from that. I was amazed at how accurate that some of the lore and the science was in this film, using sound as a character to further progress the intensity that we are experiencing with the shots, the beautiful cinematography that we are shown, with all the sound effects that we've come to know as part of the Alien verse, with all that analog sound tech that we have. So the characters are much younger this time round. Because they're young, they feel more vulnerable. I think that adds a layer, so it's purposely built in this way. And I think Kaylee Spaney plays this character that is trying to find a way for herself and her brother off planet. She's not a fish out of water, but is certainly out of her element, and very quickly we see the trajectory that the film, the director, the story wants her to take, and I believed her in the role. But for me, David Johnson, who plays Andy, is the stealer of the movie. Every scene that he plays is brilliant. He gets to play his character in different ways, which I really enjoyed. I thought he ate up the screen when he's on it. And the tropes that we've come to know from the Alien franchise, don't worry, you're going to get them. And I think those tropes are kind of established as law. You gotta have certain things in an Aliens movie for it to be a good Aliens movie. But how you shoot that is another story. If you can build up suspense, again, you've got to earn it. There can't be all these get out of jail free cards that a few of the other films had. This time around, you really feel like they are the proper underdogs, that the xenomorph is the thing that you're probably not going to survive this. You know that everybody on the crew are not going to survive. And you kind of like some of the characters, but you also love to hate one particular character. Well, I did. Although the film is 2 hours long, for the most part ran very quickly. I was eager to see the next scene, but was on the edge to worry about our characters, what was going to happen in the next scene. It's big in scope, but also feels very tight and cornered off to what you're experiencing, which is classic Aliens and Alien, very well done. It kind of reminded me a little bit in places of Aliens 3, the prison sort of scenes, the corridor scenes, but definitely reminded me of Aliens, the sort of cinematography and the lighting that was used, all very much making you feel like you're in that universe, in that world. And I was watching, well, it's not watching, it was like on the peripheral of my eyes as I was immersed into the film. You could see and sense how the audience is reacting to particular parts. When it's scary, when it's tense, when there's a bit more story, you know, you can breathe a little bit. When people laugh all together at the same time, because it's not really a funny joke, but there is a release of that tension that is well needed, and then it goes back into that tension. The pacing of this film with its tone is perfect, I would say. Now, it's gonna be a divisive film because of the ending. Sorry, and I'm spitting into my mic. The ending, again, as I was saying earlier, this film incorporates nods to all of the Aliens movies that have come and kind of making all those lore, which I think there are, but I know some people would like to think, yeah, some of the films didn't do that well. I'd rather not think of that film as being in the universe. I get it. But this one cleverly kind of incorporates what has come before, gives them nods, and then does its own thing with it, which I liked. It's very creative, but still sticks to what makes Aliens Aliens. And because that ending is going to be divisive, some people are going to go, oh, I don't like this movie because of that ending. I personally love the creativity with where they went at the end, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. Suffice to say, I thought it was a wild ride. It was a really good foray into this, certainly better than the others. Not better than Alien or Aliens for me, but I probably would rank it up there at number 3 in all of the 9 films that we have in the Alien franchise that there is. I'd put it in the 3rd place. Then I'd probably put Prometheus. I know a lot of people don't like Prometheus. I'm a big fan of it. And then you can put the ones below in any order you like, because those are all over the place a bit. But I still liked every one in the franchise. I just have different tiers, as I'm sure you do. I would love to know your tier list. How would you rank these? 9 or 8? If you haven't seen Romulus just yet. Once you've seen it, let me know who is your favorite character. Did you buy the story? Did you like the changes? Don't do spoilers for people in the comments. If you're gonna talk spoilers in the comments, do them the courtesy of doing the ... Leave a few spaces and then do your spoilers, and at least have the big word in capital saying spoilers, because we want to keep it, for those that love the franchise, you know, you want to keep it as spoiler free as possible. We do have a wonderful actor acting as the xenomorph, so these guys often don't get their due. So I'm going to talk about Trevor Newland, who plays our xenomorph in his costume and does it fantastically. Obviously, they add a lot of bells and whistles to the suit, but I thought he did a really great job. There's a couple of others that were involved in the creature creations that I thought were fantastic. There's wonderful hallway scenes that take what we like from the alien moments and embellish on them in the best way possible. That is the best thing I can say about it without going into spoilers. I'm going to give it a 4. 4 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one.
Audience that I was with loved it. Let me know your comments below. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.